Hi everyone, this is the fourth episode of CRM for Business Decision Makers series. In the previous episode, I have talked about sales process challenges. In this episode, I will talk about 10 features in Dynamic CRM for sales that help overcoming these challenges. Let's start. Let's start with duplicate detection feature. Duplicates does not just affect the data quality and productivity, but it also affects the whole sales process. Means you get less money. I'm creating now a new lead with an email that already belongs to an existing lead. Let's click save. The system already detected the existing lead using the email I have used and asked me either to ignore and save, merge both of them, or cancel and fix my lead. If I select both of leads, I can click on merge and see data belongs to the existing lead with the data belongs to the new created lead. I can select which data I need from the old existing record and which data I need from the newly created record and merge both of them in just one record. Imagine this feature is not just available through the manual creation of records, but also available for all integration points. In this example, I just have used the email to trigger this detection rules, but it's fully configurable. You can define your own criteria to trigger this duplicate detection rules. Let's jump now to available interfaces feature. Dynamics CRM is not just a web application. You can get the same experience using the mobile and tablet application, which gives you also access to the device resources. So you can get photos from gallery, you can use your camera. It is also available on Outlook. Whenever you get an email, you can create a contact directly out of this email or link it to an existing record. You can have it even inside Teams, which means you have your CRM everywhere you are and whenever you need it. Since we just spoke about available interfaces, let's talk now about notifications. Having multiple interfaces means also having multiple ways to get notified. On the web application, you get all your notifications on the sidebar. On mobile and tablet applications, you can get the notifications within the native device notifications. And on Teams also, you can get your notifications with a link directly to the record. Let's talk now about something critical, business process. If you have a well-structured, defined, followed business process, you have much better chances for closing the deals. But even business processes are not static thing. They change according to many criteria like product category, customer segment, and whatever. In Dynamic CRM, you can easily switch between available business processes. If you have different business processes according to different product categories, you can select them. They could also be automatically selected whenever you create and select a product inside your opportunity. And even within the same sales process, you might need to have different steps according to different criteria. For example, this opportunity has an estimated revenue of 10,000 euros. If we have a higher estimated revenue, we could need an additional step for approval. This business process contains qualify, develop, propose, close. When I change the estimated revenue to 150, for example, we get now a new approval step. You can get also insights about the duration you spent on each step. Let's talk about competitor management. It is not a nice to have feature, it is essential. In Dynamic CRM, I have a competitor tab inside this opportunity. When I click it, I can add all my competitors to this opportunity. And inside each competitor, I can define his details, strengths, weaknesses, and of course, each strength could be a threat for me, and each weakness is an opportunity for me. And I can also do some analytics to understand how many opportunities did I win against these competitors and how many I lost. Let's talk now about cross-sell and upsell. Two keys strategies for increasing the deal value. I have here my products inside my opportunity where I added a generator standard product When I select this product and I click on this 3 dots, I can see an option for suggestions. When I click it, I can see which products can I cross-sell with this product. For example, a solar panel. I can cross-sell it with this generator, or which things I can upsell. So this generator standard could be replaced with generator ML, for example. Let's talk about forecasting. In Dynamic CRM, you can configure your forecasting based on your organization structure and process. You just need to configure how it should be calculated, add the security, add which columns you need to see inside this report, the forecast organized and group the opportunities according to the probability they could close, and show you the forecasted, won, committed, best case, pipeline, and the gap to achieve this target. One of the nice and recent additions to Dynamic Sales is the Copilot integration. I can go here inside my Dynamic CRM and just write which opportunities are assigned to me. He just went to the system, fetched these opportunities. I can also click on summarize. He goes and check all activities, details inside this opportunity, and give me a summary for this opportunity. This is a very important feature if I'm going to meet the customer and I need to know exactly what is the latest status, which things I need to care about during this meeting. Once you get access to Dynamic CRM, you get also access to Power Automate. And Power Automate is a very powerful workflow and integration engine. You can start it using different triggers like schedule when an event occurs, and you can do also many actions inside Power Automate. You have access to more than 500 connectors like Excel, SharePoint, Planner, and many others, either related directly to Microsoft or different systems. In the previous example in this demo, I have created a Power Automate. When an opportunity is created, he just sends a Teams notification. I could also push this opportunity to a different system when it wins. So if you have Dynamic CRM, just think about all the possibilities you could have just within your hand. And finally, last but not least, the dashboards. In Dynamic CRM, you can visualize your data using different ways. One of them is the normal dashboard from CRM. You can have here your dashboards. You can even interact with the charts. I can select one of the segments inside charts and I can drill down using account, for example, and select different chart and I can see them. Second way of visualize your data is within your view. You can just go up here and click show in a pipeline view and you get this nice deal tracker chart where you can click directly and view all the data, and you can see them also in a sales funnel chart. Third way of visualizing your data is using Power BI. You can directly on the top of the view click on visualize this view and the system will generate a Power BI dashboard directly for you. And we have our generated Power BI. We can filter the data. We can show also the data in table format, and we can also interact with the data and filter also the dashboard. As we have seen in the previous episode and this one, sales process could be very challenging. However, we could overcome these challenges if we have the right tools. Thank you for watching. If you like the content of this video, please like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to discuss anything related to this content or any other related content, please message me on LinkedIn. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.